A Reddit thread published on 9 June 2025 has reignited discussion about Singapore's public housing system and the accessibility of build-to-order flats for new citizens. The original poster alleged that a Malaysian colleague, who recently attained Singaporean citizenship, is applying for a BTO flat with his partner, a Singapore permanent resident. The couple, both in their late 20s, allegedly told the OP they do not intend to reside in Singapore in the long term. Instead, the OP claimed the flat is seen as an investment or a fallback option should other plans fail. According to the OP, the newly minted citizen had obtained his status as an adult male, thereby bypassing national service, a compulsory obligation for most Singaporean males. Despite not contributing through NS, he is now eligible for subsidized public housing, a benefit extended to his PR partner as part of a citizen PR application. To me, this exposes a serious flaw in the current policy, wrote the OP. The user argued that the BTO scheme was designed to support long-term residents and young families, not speculative investments. The post further highlighted policy gaps, such as the absence of a minimum citizenship tenure before BTO eligibility and the lack of intent checks on applicants' plans to live in Singapore. There's no verification of whether the applicants genuinely plan to live in Singapore. That turns BTO flats into speculative tools rather than social support for committed citizens, the OP argued. The Redditor contrasted the couple's situation with that of Singaporeans who have completed NS, contributed taxes, and are committed to settling in Singapore, yet often face long waiting times or high costs when applying for housing. I'm not against immigration or new citizens, the OP clarified. But access to subsidized public housing should reflect commitment, sacrifice, and intent to settle, not just a passport conversion. Further comments in the thread revealed that the couple had worked in Singapore for less than 10 years. The thread prompted numerous reactions, with some comments describing the couple's move as financially smart, if ethically questionable. One user noted the couple could potentially cash out their CPF, sell the BTO unit after the minimum occupation period, and retire comfortably in Malaysia. Others claimed this was part of a larger trend where Malaysians obtain citizenship or PR status for strategic advantage in property acquisition. Some suggested that there are also Singaporeans keep their Malaysian spouses as PRs to enjoy housing or tax benefits in both countries. Some already gotten a second property in Malaysia, while some already had a property in Malaysia before they came to Singapore, one user wrote. Here we are where our beloved government thinks they can stop people owning multiple properties overseas. The Redditor lamented the system as skewed towards elites, asserting that average citizens bear the bulk of financial pressure. Several users pointed out the financial benefits of owning properties in both Singapore and Johor Bahru. For example, one user suggested the new citizen could rent out the BTO flat, while the PR spouse purchases landed property in Johor Bahru. The resulting rental income could fund early retirement. Singaporeans can marry a Malaysian and do exactly the same, as long as not both SG can enjoy benefits on both sides, one comment noted. The discussion also prompted calls for policy change. Users shared examples of PRs working low-wage jobs who eventually gained PR status and public housing through spousal sponsorships. There was widespread sentiment that the current system is too easily gamed, particularly by Malaysian peers and new citizens. Some commenters called for reforms to better align housing access with long-term national commitment, including longer citizenship requirements before BTO eligibility and stricter intent verification. Another recurring complaint was the treatment of single Singaporeans in public housing schemes. One Redditor highlighted that even during past housing surpluses, the eligibility age for singles was not lowered. They did not even bother to lower the eligible age for singles. What more now? The user wrote. Currently, single citizens aged 35 and older can only apply for 2-room flexi BTO flats, though they may receive up to 60,000 Singapore dollars in enhanced CPF housing grant. Alternatively, they may buy resale flats from the open market. According to official statistics, Singapore granted 23,472 new citizenships and 34,491 PRs in 2023 alone. Between 2019 and 2023, Singapore issued an average of 22,400 citizenships per year, slightly higher than the previous 5-year average of 21,600. Of those granted citizenship in 2023, 2,776 were aged 21 to 30, and 6,150 were aged 31 to 40, according to a written parliamentary reply by Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam. Roughly 20% of new citizens were granted citizenship under the Family Ties Scheme, typically involving foreign spouses of Singapore citizens. In total, 111,890 individuals became citizens over the 5-year period from 2019 to 2023.